Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, J&W Services, Lenco Distributors in Midland, Texas. I talked to Scott Blakely yesterday on the phone. He's Littlefield running back star. You remember the Blakeleys?
Yeah, he sits right in front of me at the football games.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, I don't ever have to tell him to sit down.
You don't?
No. He can stand up the whole game. I can still see over him.
He was a well, I shouldn't have said that.
No, he's a great guy.
He was a great running back at Littlefield, I'm telling you. And they probably named a street after him over there or something. But he was really great. He's been at J&W Services, Lenco Distributors in Midland for a long time, and they can do anything in the oil and gas business you need them to do. They can either make the part, get the part, keep you up and running. That's the main thing. So Brent Beck, who's the owner, and Scott Blakely, Cade Walton, these are Red Raiders down there in the Permian Basin, and they can help. They'll help everybody. So go see them. And also Mighty Wash. There's Mighty Washes all over Lubbock. And don't let me forget to give you some passes. You probably sign up on the monthly deal, don't you? Or have you?
I don't ever wash my truck.
Okay, good. Well, if you're in the Permian Basin, some rule down there about weeds going from site to site, so everybody washes their vehicles a lot, and there's a lot of Mighty Washes there and in eastern New Mexico, and certainly here in Lubbock, and they do you a great job at Mighty Wash. You got updated equipment, updated suds, and everything else you're looking for. The best in the business, Mighty Wash. Ron Reeves is here. Gary has moved on to, he's in Ruidoso, and a beautiful day up there and a beautiful day here in Lubbock. And it's good to have you here, Ron. We should have you. You know, you got all kinds of stories. He's told a couple this morning. But the funniest story, one of the funniest stories ever with Texas Tech football is when Ron was a youngster. Now, y'all remember when I want you to tell everybody what you were feeling, because we're playing USC, and at what quarter was it that you came in?
Well, I didn't play against USC the first game. It was against Arizona.
Arizona. That's right. I'd forgotten. So you were just on the sideline against USC, but in what quarter did you come in against Arizona?
It was there was just a few, maybe 6 or 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
Okay. What did that make you feel like when the PA announcer comes on the deal? What did he say? You remember it?
You know, I had gotten a lot of reps in practice. I mean, I was third string quarterback at that point. But
who was the starter?
Tress Adamy. Yeah. And Tress had gotten a hit to the thigh, and he, deep thigh bruise that'll just, you think your leg will never function again when you have one of those. Yeah. And then they put Mark Johnson, who was a second-string guy. He was mainly a runner and not a passer, and we were down a couple of touchdowns early against them. So, he didn't get anything done. So they, I just heard my name all of a sudden, and it all happened so fast I didn't really know what to do.
Who was the coach then?
Dockery, Rex Dockery. And Watson Brown was the quarterback coach, who was a phenomenal quarterback coach, especially for a freshman. I mean, he was very calm, and I had actually we had an open week. We'd started the year against USC out there in California, and then we had an open week, and I got a lot of reps in the open week, and then the game week the next week against Arizona. So I had actually gotten a lot of work, which I was optimistic that that had some hope to it. So I was prepared, and went out, and we ended up, I think we scored twice before halftime. So we had, 2 possessions, and we scored on both of them. And then, ended up winning. I think we scored 40-something points, and we didn't have – I don't think we had any when I went in. So, anyway, it ended up being a really good game. And then the rest of the year, we had Texas and A&M the next 2 weeks. And that year, there was like 5 of the conference teams that were ranked in the top 10. It was Texas, A&M, Houston, Arkansas. At least, well, maybe there's 4. I don't know. It seemed like there was 5. The other one we played that was top 10 was USC.
Yeah,
and we also we might have played. No, we didn't play North Carolina that year. But anyway, tough conference schedule.
Really
and
tough.
We ended up beating Houston, and we won our next after we lost to A&M and to Texas. We won the next 4, and next 4 games in a row, and then we had the last game against Arkansas. And if we'd have beaten Arkansas, and Houston would have lost their game, we would have gone to the Cotton Bowl.
How about that?
Yeah, but we got smothered by Arkansas. They were really good. They went to the Orange Bowl that year. They were way, way better than we were. But anyway.
Well, I was at that game, and we were on the east side. We used to sit on the east side in 119, and just kind of high up. But I can remember the PA announcer when he says, now at quarterback for the Red Raiders, Ron Reeves, and the place went nuts. Yeah. I mean, local hero from Monterey. I mean, it went crazy in that in the stadium.
Yeah, it was. I heard it, and a lot of people thought it was, since I was number 12, they thought Rodney Allison was coming back out on the field from last year. But anyway, it was definitely, it brought confidence, and good things happen quickly, and it just kind of was one of those nights that.
Did you hit your first pass, a deep one? I can't remember. It seemed like it was.
Yeah, it seems like that first drive was. It just seemed like everything went right. I don't know. I haven't looked at the film ever again since then, so
it'd be fun to watch that one.
Yeah, I would like to watch it again someday. I'm sure somebody has it somewhere. But
yeah, that'd be really cool. Well, that was everybody was so proud of you and happy for you, and that was a fun night, and it was a good crowd there that night. Big crowd.
I don't know how many guys that I went to school with that were up in the stands, and somehow or another, somebody, I think it was Randy Ledbetter, his dad was an official, like on the chain gang. Yeah. And so everybody was coming down and patting me on the back, and they were getting that credential and getting down. And I mean, it was like old home week. Everybody was coming down the whole game and slapping me on the back of the head and going, "Way to go!" It was a fun night.
That's cool.
It was definitely fun.
But that's not the funny story. The funny story it happened later, and the team didn't have as good. Well, Jerry Moore did something with the offensive line, didn't he? As far as holding them back, red-shirting them.
Yeah, that would have been my senior year.
Yeah, he redshirt. Which year was it that you had the trouble in the huddle? This was early on though, because you were a youngster.
That was later in the year. Yeah, I mean that was later in my career. That would have been my senior year.
Oh, that you had your senior.
Yeah. That was under Coach Moore. He didn't come till my senior year.
Yeah, I didn't remember that. Yeah. It was your senior year because.
Yeah, we had people yelling at each other in the huddle. That's one you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, tell the story. Well, this is the greatest story.
It's one of those things, the coaches always tell you, if you're the quarterback, you got to take charge of the huddle. You just got to let, people are talking, you got to. They use the illustration, slap them upside the helmet and tell them to listen, take control. Yeah. You're in charge.
Yeah.
I'd never done that in my whole life, but this particular moment, the lineman, one of the linemen was really chewing the other guys out, and they were talking, and I was trying to get the play called, and it just came to me like slap them upside the head, and so I grabbed the center who was right in the middle on the front, and I slapped him upside the head. And the sucker came after me. I mean, he came after me on the field, and I looked at the umpire, and I said, "Call timeout." And because he
was kind of crazy, wasn't he?
He's a little crazy. Denny Harris was his name.
Denny Harris.
He has. I mean, we have long since made up and gotten our friendship back together, and he has since passed away as well. Oh. But he, he said, I'm fixing to, your rear end, and anyway, so I called timeout and went over and told Coach, I said, hey, you got to get Denny out of there. He said he's just fixing to whoop my, what. Yeah. And so he comes off the field, and he's looking at me like, I'm fixing to. Yeah. Anyway, so, we get substitutions in there for him anyway, all of that stuff. And then, of course, I think we ended up losing. We only won one game. That's probably one of the worst seasons ever in Texas Tech history, that year was. But part of it was because Coach Moore he tried to redshirt me and Maury Buford and Tate Randall and a lot of us guys it was our senior year. Yeah. And, he was – because he's out of the Nebraska coaching tree and everybody redshirted at Nebraska. But we weren't, I was getting married. I mean, I wasn't going to do that. But so we had a lot of people that would have been able to help us that were redshirting. So it's kind of a sacrificial lamb year, which it was not very much fun.
So the end of that story with Denny Harris is that Ron is sweating it. I mean, he is the game.
I go, it's I didn't see him Saturday. I'm back in the dorm Sunday, and, 2 or 3 of my teammates are going, hey, have you seen Denny? I'm like, no, I haven't seen Denny, not yet. And Denny's he's a big old cut up dude that, he's scary, and I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do here? So I finally went over and knocked on his dorm door that evening, and his roommate answers the door. His roommate's a crazy guy too, and he goes, Denny, Luca's here to see you. And I said, hey,
they've been talking about you.
He said, can we go down to the study lounge and let's visit? And so we go down there, and, it's just like, man, I said, hey, I want to apologize. I know that had to be embarrassing. It just happened. It was one of those things that, I tried to explain to the heat of the moment, trying to get a play called and all that. And he understood. He said, well, it's just embarrassing. Your quarterback hits you upside the head, and, there's people in the stands. And I said, I understand. I'm sorry I did it. And anyway, it all got washed out, and we saw each other, a lot of times after that, played more games after that. It wasn't the last game we played. But anyway, it's one of those things that you wish it hadn't happened, but it turned out all right.
Well, it turned into a great story.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah. Everybody always asks about it, mainly you.
Well, it is the greatest story. Yeah. And not the greatest, but it's a really good one and a lot of fun. But great career at Texas Tech.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was good. I'm so glad I stayed here, and that's what I wanted to do for my whole life anyway. So, I grew up on 21st in Boston. Got to hear the Tech band play when they practiced every day after I'd come home from school, and that's all I wanted to do. Even though I got recruited by a few other schools, I didn't even really want to go visit anywhere. I did go on a couple other visits, but I just want to go to Tech. But
yeah.
Anyway, and that's what I did, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
We're all glad you did. Ron was into the Texas Tech Hall of Fame in 2007. And in 2000, he was in the 2013 class for the Lubbock ISD Athletic Hall of Honor. And not only was he a great football player at Monterey, a great football player. In fact, y'all's teams, in 76, y'all went 13-1 and made it to the state semifinals. Was that the year Temple beat you?
Yes.
And in 1977, they were 11-1, were the Plainsmen, and reached the state quarterfinals in the playoffs.
Yeah, Odessa Permian beat us.
The machine.
It was a hard-fought, close game.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the Temple game, 7-0 or something
No,
like that?
Temple kicked our booty.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Well, go with 7-0. That's better. But a lot of people don't know this, but Ron was a pitcher for Coach Bobby Magel. He played for James Odom in football, and Coach Bobby Magel as well. But he was coaching football, too, back then. But he pitched, and he was 30-3 as a pitcher at Monterey. Did you realize that? I told you. Then we had the banquet.
Yeah.
That's 90.1. That's 90.99% winning percentage. Now, that's ridiculous, Ron.
Hey, I was scared to death of Coach Magel, and he just yell at me, and I'd pick up a couple of extra miles per hour on my slider or whatever. He's a great coach and the motivator, and I still feel the same way about him.
I do too. He was awesome. He's told me a few times since in the recent years, he said, I just get out there and get old Ron Reeves' cage rattled. Because that's all it took. When I'd just get him rattled. Yeah. And He's some good stories with Coach. Everybody has good stories with Coach Magel. Yeah. Some things that happened, but it's just quite a career, Ron. It's really amazing, and you were great. You were great at JT Hutchinson because you were bigger than everybody. What was the deal with y'all's group going through? Y'all were huge.
Group. I mean, we did. We had a good group. I mean, Phil Burdigan.
Yeah.
We just had a good group of kids come through there, and it was. I can't tell you why. I mean, several of us, we were in that district just for a short period of time. Where we lived, and families split up and went different directions, and anyway, it was all good.
It was.
We had fond memories.
Yeah, Ron and I go way back. We're over at Kings Park Apartments one night playing cards or something. I'm in high school. Yeah. Here comes Reeves and his buddies walking into the. Yeah, that was back.
That was in a little bad period.
Well, we weren't doing anything horrible, but
no,
it was. Here he comes. He's a junior high guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna. Ron's gonna stay with us for a little while longer. He's gonna stay here with Will. Will Culpepper is coming up next. And we're going to talk a lot about Double T Varsity and being a letter winner like you are, and the kickoff luncheon, which was phenomenal, and also more with Will Culpepper coming up.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
All right, HG Thrash Clothier Company, Howard Thrash and Jeremy Hamilton, they are there. Howard's had this since 1989, and it's absolutely the finest men's store that you'll find anywhere. 2010 Broadway Avenue down from Tech, and now in Kingsgate at 82nd and Quaker Avenue. And they got some Tech gear, not tons of it, but they do have some, and everything they've got looks really good. It's really nice. So go see them. You'll love the stores. And if you're shopping for any kind of event for a man in your life, then go to HG Thrash because you'll love what you find there. Mission Service Company. This is Tanner Thetford, my son's business, and what he's advertising here is spraying weeds down in the Permian, anywhere, and not just in the Permian Basin, level land, sundown. If you can't have weeds or any growth on the pad sites and in your stack yards and those kinds of things, and they will kill them, and they will guarantee their work, and they'll if any come back, they'll come kill them again. So it's just, he's really built that business pretty good now, and loves doing it. So give him a call. You need to call. I think it's Tyler. It is Tyler, and it's 806-632-6325. I need to make sure. 806-632-6325, and they will give you a discount, a Thetford and Ashby discount, which we'd say we have that all the time, but this was a real one. This is the only one that's been real, and they'll come out there and help you out. So give them a call. And also West Texas State Bank. Here's another quarterback that Jimmy Carmichael is back in Lubbock, and he's working with West Texas State Bank. John Grist is the owner, and Chris Comer's the president of the Lubbock. They're about to move. They're on 72nd and Slide right now. They're about to move over to the old AIM Bank building at 29th and Slide Road.
Oh, that's good. That's a good move.
Yeah, that was a bank. The building there now is not really banking kind of, but they're excited about that. And
that's good.
This down-home banking. And what I love, what John Grist, he came on the show with Jimmy, and what he said that day was, we look for reasons to make you the loan, not for reasons not to make it.
Yeah.
And I like that attitude.
Yeah.
We want to help if we can, and it's good folks. West Texas State Bank. Will Culpepper is here. Will, thank you for taking time to be here.
Thanks for having me. Did you where's your friend at? You replace him?
Yeah, Ron's taking over.
You upgraded?
Yeah. He's in Redosa. He was just on Zoom with us for a couple of segments.
I was having breakfast with Charlie Beery. He's in town, and so I didn't I missed the first part of the show. So
I got you. Yeah, you got lots of responsibilities now, don't you? You didn't used to be responsible at all, did you?
Not at all. Well, my wife made me responsible, so no. If somebody's coming in and doesn't come back very often, I try to see him even if it's on a weekend. So
yeah,
try to manage my time as best I can.
Well, you're going out to practice today. That's what I heard. Is that what you do? Scrimmage?
I think it's just a walkthrough. It's like mock game week, so it's not much today.
Hey, Ron, he's been out to 3 practices, and he says, is Coach McGuire the most unbelievable guy? He just says, come on in. He invited him to go to the quarterback room.
Oh, yeah. He's Coach McGuire, and that's what I love is, it's like a family atmosphere. If you've played here, whether it's one snap or just practice with a team or you played 100 snaps or whatever, I think his quote is, if you're a former player or a Texas high school coach, the doors are open for you, and he really means it. And absolutely, I've had so many letter winners go sit in with different position groups. I think it's awesome.
When those guys come back, Will, this makes your job a whole lot better. And for Rodney, when he was here, having Coach McGuire, because you could say, hey, let's run over there and y'all go sit in the linebacker room.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, it done not only with Coach McGuire, but Kirby. It's for all the whole athletic department. It's that atmosphere, and I'll tell you, it's not like that at every university, because we hosted the National Letter Winners Association. I think we talked about it. So we had all these different universities. The people in my role, we came in. It was about 35 universities, and Coach McGuire was our keynote speaker before we started the conference. And afterwards, and then, we did the tour, and we talked about different things that we do and the people that come around the program and game day and all these different things. And they're like, it's not like this. And we're talking about whatever program you can think of, they were here. And they were like, from leadership to the coaching staffs to the facilities, there's nothing better. And, I had other university people that are in my role, and they all were former players,
Yeah.
They were taking Tech gear, and they're like, Texas Tech is my second favorite team, And so, and
How about that?
The LSU group were like, they took all the Tech gear, and they're like, we hope we play on the playoffs. Like, we're rooting for y'all, all this. And but they were like, the people here. It's what everybody says about Lubbock, in West Texas, but it's just it's cool. Coach McGuire, and just like I said, from the AD to the head coaches, they're all like that, very welcoming, the former players, and I say, my goal is I want to make it like a locker room experience again for anyone that comes back, whatever sport it is. When they come back, they feel like it's home.
Well, you're doing a great job.
I appreciate that.
You really are, and you when you come in after Rodney Allison, who was a Tech legend.
A legend, and a good man, and
a good man. He's a great one, and we miss him.
Oh, yeah.
We miss him being here. He was on our show all the time.
Yeah, you seem to invite him a lot more than you invite me, but I'll work up trust, I guess.
Yeah, you will. You will. You just keep working at it.
Yeah.
No,
Ron and I go way back. Did you know that? We used to go to church together when I played here.
Is that right?
Yeah, at Lubbock Bible.
Yeah, there was a good group of Will and Sammy Morris and Dane Johnson and Charlie Robinson and
Devin Lemons started going. Yeah, a lot of those guys.
Joby, what's his last name?
Joe Rogers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Job. I know Job.
Yeah, they
good guys.
It's just a good group.
Sammy Morris is a great guy. Yeah, I think Sammy could play today.
Definitely.
I saw him at the kickoff luncheon, and I waved at him, and I think we get to talk to him. But he's just If he were, you would think he's a player.
You need to have him on and ask him. There would be there's times in practices now he used to run and do different things. Yeah. Ask him about the time he put on one of those catapult systems to track how fast you run.
Yeah,
and so he'd been clocked at 18.7 miles per hour, which is really fast. But he was trying to hit 19 or 20 as our age and
as an old man.
Well, he might have stumbled and they had it on tape. So
ask him. Fall down?
Yeah, he fell down. It's great. It's great. You'll have to ask him. You'll have to have him on and ask him.
Wonderful athlete.
Yeah,
Sammy Morris. There's a video of him.
Yeah, it's so great.
That happens to everybody.
Yeah. Everybody has a moment on.
Disheartening when it
yeah. It's pretty fun.
It's anyway, we got a great staff, and they did a wonderful job at the kickoff luncheon talking about our coaches and teams, and Gary and I talk about it a lot on the show. You can't have a better staff, and up top to bottom, every sport. It's amazing how good.
Well, you can. I think you can feel the momentum just at university. I think when Regent Campbell even talked at the kickoff luncheon, we're hitting 42,000 students.
It's amazing.
This fall. I mean, and the largest freshman enrollee class. I mean, you just see the momentum. And you know that you've heard that athletics is the front porch of the university. So much momentum with that, and it's just, you see it spilling over. And I think, I mean, obviously I think there's a lot to do with the West Texas pride and the way you're treated. But, I mean, you think about the business, the community, the network, the graduates that take care of each other. And I just think there's just a lot of momentum. And
Tons.
We're going to have a lot of opportunities to win a lot of games and a lot of sports this year and in the future. It's not just about this year, but definitely excited about this year.
I agree. And it's, you know, we've had great runs in the time, but that consistency we're looking for, you know, it's like we've turned a page. And thanks to Cody Campbell and John Sellers and Dusty Womble and Peterson
but everybody from
all these guys.
I mean, obviously there's a financial piece, but I mean, I just think, you know, the people showing up to the games. It's passionate.
We've always had great fans, though.
And the passion, I think, is growing. And I mean, just you see how people respond about the tortilla deal. I mean, it's just small things like that. I mean, people are ready. I'm excited about all the events and games that are coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, it's I know Ron's good friends with some of the coaches out there, and Wes Kitley for one. You don't get any better than Wes Kitley.
No.
And now we got Grant McCaslin with basketball, Krista Gerlich with Lady Raiders, and Grant talked to the team this week. See, that's the part of it that the football coach is bringing in the head basketball coach to talk to his football team. I love that.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, Grant's just such a great man, just such high character, and you know what he talks about is you know, kind of laying down your life. I mean, there's a faith aspect of that I really appreciate and love. But I mean, you see how hard he coaches, but then he loves people. And Joey's the same way. Everybody has their own style, but it's the same. You can be very tough and demanding and have high accountability, but then everybody's doing it. It's the coaching staff, it's the players, it's the strength staff, it's the training staff, just everybody. And I think that you see how much success Grant has had. I mean, it's unbelievable, and I think, you know, obviously they're just a few shots away from getting a chance to play for it all.
Oh, yeah.
And so
we could have won a couple of national championships. We were that close.
But I'm just excited, just that level of expectation of basketball. Obviously, people say pressure, but what you're seeing is it's for every sport now, and we'd rather it that way. And definitely there's times where you're disappointed, and you know, Coach McCaslin's going home wishing that, you know, a few things would have went differently and we were playing for it all. But now we're going to have that expectation in every sport, and it's like the tide is just rising, and that's what it's exciting. It makes it a lot of fun for me because people want to come back. Now, some of these old guys and young guys think they're still on scholarship, but we try to make it we try to make it a great atmosphere. It's like I said, I want to make it a locker room experience for those, you know, when they come back, that they feel welcome, they feel loved, they feel accepted, they get the chance to support in whatever way that is. So it's just a lot of excitement right now.
Well, it really is good.
Yeah.
Ron, did you want to tell Will how great he is?
No, I tell him.
I don't give him a chance because he was talking about you before you got here.
Oh, man.
Today.
No, he's done a great job, and you know, the transition. I mean, we loved Rodney tremendously.
We do,
but it's just like a new. It's like it's in a better gear. It's more things moving, and you know, Rodney's he's older than. Well, he's about your age, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite, but
he's
I mean,
a little younger than me.
We needed that fresh.
Yeah, well, I think I've said it before.
He knows that.
I think he set the foundation, right? I mean,
he did.
You had to have a foundation to start somewhere, you know, and so that's what I appreciate. Is I literally remember my last game in 2000, and then coming back in 2001 and 2002, and I'm like, well, I'd love to see some of my teammates. You know, and no, I didn't really see him. And then when he started it, and obviously Kirby supported it, and Rodney helped start it and got it going, just having a place to be at and getting some communication. I mean, he set a foundation, expectation.
He went and talked to Kirby. He had to sell Kirby on this deal.
Well,
Double T Varsity.
what you hear. You hear these stories of you get former players mad.
Yeah.
On about staffs and athletic departments. It makes it tough, and so I think Kirby valued former players. I mean, he's a former player somewhere at Kansas State, and so he appreciates that. And so once that's, like I said, Rodney started it, and I just looked at it as, man, I gotta be a good steward of this now, and I gotta make it better. Just keep rising that tide. And I think, like I said, from athletic director down, they make it easy for me.
You can't forget Kirby and President Scoop.
Oh man,
yeah, we're sold into all of our sports now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because every sport is just as important as the other one. I mean, obviously from a bringing in revenue perspective, they're all different, but every athlete that we have is just as bought into the program.
Yeah.
And they're a brand, right?
Yeah, and we're doing so well. I mean, most of them. I mean, we're legitimate on a national level in so many sports, and the rest of them are coming up.
Yep.
So,
well, let me ask you this: what's your favorite part of the job? I know what my favorite part would be if I was you. What's your favorite part of the job?
There's a lot of things. I think, man, that's a really difficult question because, like I said, there's a lot.
Give you a hint?
No, don't. Don't tell me being on the sideline when you want to. No. I would say
Joe Hefty kick you out.
No, I mean, there's moments where, my wife has made comments like, "God made you for that role," and when she comes to the event and sees me and sees the people I interact with, like when she gives me that validation, probably my favorite part. But I think there's these moments when there's somebody that comes back that hasn't been back.
Yeah.
And
you get to show them what.
Well, and like for instance, this summer, Sticks came back and I had him talk to the team. He hadn't been back in a long while. He came back for the Colorado game, but he hadn't come back in a long while. But
now tell everybody his real name.
Stephen Sheffield?
Yeah, Stephen Sheffield, because Ron talked to him.
And he, there was this moment, and he was like, man, I miss this.
Yeah.
And it was, he gave his time and talked to people, but also you could see what it did for him. And so that was probably those moments. And there's been, female, male, different sports, different people come back and they see somebody at our game day tailgate they hadn't seen in years. I remember last year, Jim Knox is a player that played in the 50s. He's come back the last 2 years and he saw teammates. And
that's so great.
Because he has some, I think he has some Alzheimer's and dementia, but he had mentioned, I don't know if I'll see somebody. And he saw, and it was just like this moment that it's like they were back on the field together, and so you see that like 100 times during one of our tailgates. So those are probably my favorite moments.
Well, I would for me, it would have been calling Bubba Jennings and Jason Sasser saying you better select. I mean, that's like awesome. We got 30 seconds.
I would say another thing that when I get to make the Hall of Fame calls, Kirby does the Ring of Honor, but the Hall of Fame calls, I get to Zoom with them or meet them in person.
Yeah.
So that's a big moment.
It really is.
Like when I called Danny Amendola last year, he was working out and he barely knew me. So, but I said, hey, can we FaceTime? And we talk. He knew me from different people. Yeah. And so getting to see him was great.
That's awesome. All right. Well, Culpepper's here. We'll be right back with more Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby with Ron Reeves.
Sports Talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Well, Gary is out of town, but we have a new sponsor called RoofWise, and they are right here, homegrown and local, and that's what you want. You want a company that's going to be here, not flying through town, and you can't ever get anybody back if you needed them back. They are right here, and they can help you. So get online and find RoofWise, and that's the wise decision if you're looking for a roof, is RoofWise. And they would love to help you with your new roof, and I know a bunch of people needed them. Maybe a lot of them have already been done now, but boy, that hail in that one session.
I bet they have a backlog.
Yeah, I bet they do too. South Lubbock, it got hammered.
Yeah, our house did.
Anyway, all right. Will Culpepper's here. Ron Reeves is sitting in today. Appreciate Ron coming in, and certainly appreciate Will coming in.
Absolutely.
It's a lot going on, a lot of fun. Go ahead with your Danny Amendola story.
Oh, yeah, so Danny, and I had interacted him with a text message, so and he knew what I was doing, my role, and I was like, hey, can you get on a Zoom? I want to talk to you about some Adidas stuff, So he Zooms, and he's just pouring sweat. He's been on the treadmill running. And he goes, what's up, my man? I'm like, hey, Danny, and hey, just how things going, man? Great to connect with you. And we just kind of small talking. I was like, well, how's it feel to be going into the Texas Tech Hall of Fame? And he just looked at me and dropped his head and just started crying, man. He's just like, oh, I can't believe it.
Awesome.
And so it was a really, but there's multiple stories like that. So it's just a really neat experience to do that for each of the Hall of Famers. Just so appreciative and, man, just so thankful for their teammates, their parents, and it's gonna be a great celebration for this year's class.
What date is that?
We're gonna do it's a BYU weekend.
It's a big game.
Yeah, so that Friday night we're gonna be doing the event, and so it'll be that, and then obviously the event will be on Friday, then Saturday the halftime celebration. So that's one of many things we got going on this fall. So
yeah,
we got the Ring of Honor with Graham Harrell. That'll be
big time deal.
That'll be a halftime celebration during the Oklahoma State game.
Yeah.
And he's actually, it'll be kind of a dual deal, but because the College Football Hall of Fame, he's going in December. Well, they do a halftime presentation of that, so it'll be he'll get that, and then we'll do the Ring of Honor and unveiling of his name as well.
And
so,
Graham's at it. Abilene
Christian.
I believe that.
And he's doing great. So, Joe Filani's on that staff, and Joel, and that's our off week. So Joel's going to come up with him. So it'll be, and I got a lot of his teammates are going to be back in town.
Cool.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Let me ask you, who's going to be here this week? Anybody that we could get to come out to the stadium? I know it's Arkansas Pine Bluff.
No, we actually, our Letter Winter Lounge is pretty full, so I bet I can get somebody for you.
I would love it.
I mean, different sport. So we have that's how I kind of track who's coming. We have our Letter Winter Lounge, and we have our RSVP for our tailgate. So if I just look at that, I'll be able to find somebody.
Well, and Graham Harrell probably does not know this, but Ron Reeves was the way ahead of him in career passing yards for his career. Until Graham's third game. Okay. And then Graham passed him.
That's so great.
I mean, they're talking about they were throwing it every play with Leach. It was phenomenal.
Yeah,
would you have liked that, Ron? Would you have liked to have been that guy?
Oh yeah. Every quarterback
just wing it.
Yeah.
And Ron had a good arm.
Oh yeah.
It was different, just different times.
Yeah, different times.
Yeah, totally different. James Hadnot in your backfield.
Man,
that's pretty good.
So we have. Ring of Honor, and then we're doing a really big deal Kansas weekend, which I think the date on that is October 11th. Mm-hmm. So we're celebrating 100 years of football. So we do have a softball reunion that weekend, possible soccer reunion, but then the 100 years of football, we're going to have the former football players meet the team as the buses ride up. They do the Raider Walk.
Yeah.
So from now on homecoming, Coach Huff helped get this approved with me. The former football players are going to walk with the current team on the Raider Walk up to the stadium, and then we'll separate the former players will separate, and the team will go down the tunnel. So we're going to do that before the game, and then we go to our tailgate, of course. Then halftime, we're gonna have every era on a yard line. And we have a player from the 50s all the way up to last year's team be at the game, and so they'll recognize them by era. So that'll be a neat experience for the former players.
Cool. Did you think of that? That's great.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm part of it, but Ryan and the Tech Athletics marketing team kind of came up with that as well, and we're all for it. Just it's going to be we've got a lot of people coming in for that game. So
all right, and don't forget me on whoever's coming in.
I won't.
I think we'll be out there 3 hours, so we'll have time. And there's nobody there. We're out there, and it's just the guys setting up the trash cans.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it'll be exciting. That can't. I mean, all those weekends, and even the last weekend, we have a baseball reunion and a volleyball reunion. So we'll have every weekend have
there's
different.
a lot to do.
Yeah, it's a lot. So
let me tell y'all. Kurt Langford, y'all know Kurt.
Yeah.
He's the head of the Alumni Association, and he said Ron Reeves is #one of us. Texas Tech, and that's
Thank you, Kurt.
Ron grew up. He's been a Red Raider since he was a kid.
Oh yeah,
his parents were.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, loved Texas Tech and great parents. Ron was blessed.
Yeah.
And
my dad played football at Tech, and I didn't even know that until I started getting recruited, and
I didn't know
he told me that he was a scholarship.
Darn it.
Yeah. And
about
he
that?
got his shoulder, they used to call like a shoulder separation. He got his shoulder knocked down.
Oh,
that was the terminology.
Knocked down.
Two years in a row, so he ended up
done. Yeah,
joining
he's probably a great
ROTC
athlete.
and went in the service
That's
after
pretty
he
neat.
got out. But yeah.
Was your mom a good athlete?
Oh yeah.
I thought she was. She was a dynamo.
I mean,
she was a dynamo. I'll tell you
that was half court basketball days for girls basketball. But yeah, she played. She didn't play in college, but
and then for Will,
oh no,
Kurt said Will is getting it done with the varsity club.
I appreciate that, Kurt.
Great
Thank you.
working with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are good words to hear.
Absolutely.
And then Sid Chance, who's a good friend, he said, "Hey, good morning, David. See if you can get Ron to tell why he took home economics at Hutchinson."
Man, the teacher in that class was really good looking.
So that was your motivation. Home ec. You took home
his
ec.
wife.
Yeah.
Are you selective on the text you read?
Is that Hilda? Yeah. She was this is the home ec teacher. Anyway, that's great. Home ec. That used to be a big deal. Home economics. I don't know if they have it anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't take it.
I think they do.
Most of the men didn't take it. Most of the boys didn't take it.
Hey, I do a lot of cooking and stuff now. I don't do any sewing. Now we did.
Yeah,
we did.
You had to make a pillow.
Shirt.
You made a pillow and a shirt.
Yeah.
I took it in middle school. You had to. You had to. You need an elective.
Yeah, you need an elective.
I need something.
I hear you. All right. Well, that's fun. We appreciate those guys listening, and we got the tech night.
Okay. Yeah.
The Knights of Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
That's tonight. Tonight. It is tonight. And you can still get tickets, I bet, if you go to Knights of Columbus.
I'm sure
you might
you
be
can.
able to walk up. I don't know. We had Michael Riojas on, who's one of the head guys with Randy Wink, and that's a huge event, y'all, and it's really a lot of fun. And it used to be a kind of a men's deal, and we'd bring in Dallas Cowboys, and everybody was kind of drinking, and now it's a family deal. Very much family oriented.
Outdoors. Hopefully the weather cooperate.
Weather will hold, and that's tonight, and that's kind of gets everything going. The
Kickoff lunch is
luncheon is the kickoff, and then tech night is it's really. And Coach McGuire will be out there, and you talk about close the deal on the auction. He can close the deal.
Absolutely.
What do you want? Give me $5,000 for this football.
Somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah, they'll do it. He's out there. You've been Ron, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been a while. It was they used to have at least part of the band out there.
Yeah, they do. They still do.
And it was that was back in the beer days.
Yeah, that's when you went.
That I was one of the old celebrities that would come out.
You're still a celebrity, to me.
He is, and
only if you can't get the real celebrities.
Whatever.
He's our backup celebrity.
Yeah, he's call number 3, but he's up there.
Yep, it's so that's coming up, and then football. Man, it is time for it. Starts today with Iowa State and Kansas State at 11 o'clock from Dublin, Ireland.
How about that?
It's on ESPN if you want to tune in and watch.
Yep.
This is 2 ranked teams, both in the Big 12.
It'll be interesting to watch, see who can get the win. It'll be exciting.
And then KU plays a little later today.
Yeah, they play Fresno State.
Also.
I got it right here. I'm so well prepared, sort of. Anyway, they do play Fresno State 5:30, I think, and I think it's on Fox.
It'll be a lot of fun to watch.
If you're wanting to watch that, everybody's just been so anxious to get football started. It's we have this dead period.
Yeah.
and
it's really not. If you enjoy sports, it's really a slow time.
Iowa State, number 22 in the country, against Kansas State, number 17. Kansas State's 3.5-point favorite. 11 o'clock on ESPN from Aviva Stadium in Dublin, Ireland. Then Fresno State at Kansas. This is at Kansas. They're 14.5-point favorites. 5:30 on Fox. So
I'll be watching them.
Football.
Yep.
I know. I can't wait. I just can't wait to have it on.
Yeah.
Even if I fall asleep.
Oh. No, it'll be too much fun.
It would be a lot of fun. And then next week, can y'all believe these games that are next week? I mean, this is like.
Do you think they should just make week 0 week 1?
Yeah.
And just start it? I know I've heard some people talk about that.
I don't get it, but the games in week 1.
Yeah.
Texas, number 1, ranked against Ohio State, number 2, and that's quite a start to the season. And I didn't know this when we found this out. Maybe Gary found it out, but you know how many times Texas has been preseason ranked number 1 in the country
this year?
This is it.
I heard y'all say it last week, I think.
This is it.
This is the only time.
First time. See, that's like stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
You would think that couldn't be true, but the only time they've ever been preseason number 1.
I mean, you think about my dad's team. You know, they were in the '60s, and they were ranked number 1 multiple weeks in a row before they tied somebody, and I think finished 3rd or whatever. But then I think the next year after he was just a coach on that staff, they won national. I mean, they were always in the '60s and '70s, right?
They were great.
Yeah,
they were great.
But
teams.
after that, up until last year, they've kind of been always overrated, and just never lived up to the hype, So
except for 2005,
except for
Vince. But so we got those two are going to kick it off, and then we got Notre Dame at number 5 against number 10 Miami, number 6 Clemson against number 9 LSU. You still don't have these kind of games to start the season.
Yeah. You'll find out a lot about those teams. They'll probably, if there's a blowout, it'll really set one of those teams back. For a while.
Might not recover from the blowout.
Nope.
But Texas Tech, we've got, of course, Arkansas Pine Bluff, then Kent State. By the way, this was ranked in the I think top 10 worst college football games of the season. Coming up, as far as just people want to see it.
It is what it is. We just need one week at a time. Go win.
Go play and get better.
Doesn't matter who the opponent is. Go take care of our business, and
exactly
the momentum will build as we take care of business.
Exactly. What y'all have talked about today, and what we've talked about before, the key element for this team and this program is the camaraderie that we have.
Yeah.
And Ron did a great job talking about it at the start because he's been out to 3 practices, and he said, we got a bunch of studs, and a lot of times it's hard to get these stud players to buy in. It's more about them, and they're making a lot of money. Yeah. And you wonder how that's going to affect them and those kinds of things. But
I think that this from what I see, and I mean I've been out more than Ron, but we've been that. But man, there's just good guys. There's really good human beings and Coach McGuire and Blanchard and the whole staff that's been a part of getting these people in. They've done a good job on their checking of who the person is. And I mean, I tell you what, like Lee Hunter, even I've interacted with Big Lee, and there's not a better guy than that. I mean, he reminds me of a couple of my good friend teammates that just what a great guy to interact with. Always have a smile on his face, but then when he's on the field, he just dominates people, And, he's a transfer like Jacoby Williams, the running back. I don't know if that kid's ever had a bad day. Always has a smile on his face. Thankful to be here. Says hello. Just the stuff you want just a student or a human being to be. They've just got good human beings over there. So that's why I want to root for them even more and bring people back to be in front of them even more because they did a good job on the character of the individual, and they're still 18 to 22-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
But there's still a bunch of good ones, and I think across the board, not just football, there's a lot of male female athletes that are just like that. They're whether they're here 1 year or 5 years, this is going to be their best experience, but they're going to be Red Raiders, and they do a good job of. This is what the Double T means,
Yeah.
It's grit, it's hard work, it's treating people the right way, and so I think the coaches buy into that, and they're recruiting a type of individual like that. So it's easy to really root for them and support them, and and show up.
It starts at the top with Joey McGuire.
Yep.
And Kirby Hocutt.
Kirby, yep.
We're so blessed.
100%.
So it's I thought it was funny that he called him our regent, our chairman of the Board of Regents.
Yeah.
Cody, he called him. I call him Cody. You call him Regent Campbell. He's your best. He's a great friend.
He's a good friend. Yeah, I call him Cody, but I mean,
yeah,
you gotta show respect. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's a big deal. He's standing by the president.
Yeah.
Of the United States, and you're just like, my gosh, but it's just wonderful things are happening at Texas Tech.
Absolutely.
And you're a big part of it.
Well, I'm a small part of it. But I want to make it better, whatever the part I am of
it. That's that attitude.
Yep, absolutely.
And this guy has 5 kids. 5
kids. Yeah.
My gosh.
Get them all out of the house. Got one at the house now. So that's my freshman son is he's playing JV for Liberty. So
how about that?
We're in the middle of JV football and watch him do that, and
that'll keep you busy.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun though.
It is. Ron, thank you. I think you're going to leave too.
Yep.
Appreciate you. You did a great job today.
Well, all we did was talk about me early. So.
I know it.
Yeah, he's good at talking about himself too. So
I know it. No. Will, thank you.
Thank you.
You did an awesome job. Thank you.
Man, I appreciate that. I thank y'all.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.